From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Thursday, July the 26th, 2018. A terror attack tonight in the West Bank has left 3 Israelis injured, 2 of them severely. The incident took place in the Jewish settlement of Adam, just north of Jerusalem, where a Palestinian terrorist entered a home and stabbed the 3. One of the victims is said to be in his 50s. He is in critical condition. Another in his 30s is in serious condition. A third was lightly injured. Residents of the settlement reportedly shot the terrorist, and there are reports that he is dead, though that was not confirmed at the time of this newscast. Israeli authorities were searching for a possible second terrorist and warned residents to stay inside their homes with the doors and windows locked. An IDF soldier was injured last night by Palestinian sniper fire from Gaza. The 21-year-old officer was evacuated by helicopter to Beersheva's Soroka Hospital for treatment in serious to moderate condition. After undergoing surgery, he was moved to intensive care in moderate condition and was said to be stable. The IDF said the sniper who shot the officer used about 20 Palestinian children as cover, sending the children to the border fence to stage a riot as a decoy to lure the Israeli troops to the area, and then opened fire, injuring the Israeli officer. If you recall, just this past Friday, an IDF soldier from the same brigade was killed by a Palestinian sniper at the Gaza fence. In response to the shooting last night, Israeli tanks and planes attacked a number of Hamas terror targets in Gaza, and 3 members of the terror group were killed. Hamas vowed revenge and throughout the night launched 9 rockets at southern Israel. Most landed in open areas and some were intercepted by the Iron Dome missile defense battery. No damage or injury was caused. And in response to the 2 rockets launched at Israel from Syria yesterday, which were in fact discovered to have fallen into the Sea of Galilee, or Kinneret, Israeli aircraft targeted the rocket launcher from where the rockets were sent, and they were believed to be a result of errant fire spillover from the Syrian civil war. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu held a meeting today in response to outcry from the Druze community in Israel over the recently passed nation-state law, which the Druze say discriminates against them, and they want it amended. Netanyahu sat down with Israeli Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman as well as with Druze members of Knesset in a meeting he later said was pragmatic and positive. At its conclusion, the Prime Minister promised that a, quote, plan will be formulated that will express the deep commitment of the State of Israel to the Druze community. Tomorrow, Netanyahu will meet with Druze community leaders. A resolution was passed this week at the United Nations Economic and Social Council condemning Israeli actions against the Palestinians and rejecting a call to Hamas to return Israeli captives. The resolution, which passed 45 in favor, 2 against, also made no mention of Hamas or of violence against Israel. Israel had introduced a 1-line amendment to the resolution calling for the immediate release of the civilians and soldiers being held in Gaza by Hamas. Only 5 countries voted in favor of that amendment: the United States, Canada, Colombia, Mexico, and Uruguay. 18 countries opposed it and 23 countries abstained, including all EU member states on the Council. The EU did ask for a compromise text that was approved, which refers to the release of all remains being withheld as part of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, referring there to include the bodies of Palestinian terrorists being held by Israel. A team of archaeologists from the United States, Israel, and Lithuania announced the discovery today of a vital piece of the Great Synagogue of Vilnius. The 17th century synagogue was Lithuania's major Jewish house of worship when it was destroyed by the Nazis and Soviets. John Seligman, director of the Excavation Surveys and Research Department of the Israel Antiquities Authority, told French news agency AFP today that the bima, the central prayer platform of the synagogue, had been found. A school had been built on top of the ruins, and Vilnius Mayor Remigius Šimašius told AFP that the school will be demolished within 2 years, and he said will create a respectful site displaying rich Jewish heritage by the year 2023, when Vilnius celebrates its 700th birthday. Jewish pioneering composer Philip Glass will be honored at the Kennedy Center later this year. The center announced this year's recipients of their esteemed honors yesterday. In addition to the 81-year-old Glass, pop idol Cher, singer Reba McEntire, and jazz saxophone player Wayne Shorter, as well as the 4 co-creators of the Broadway show Hamilton, will be honored for making enduring and indelible marks on our culture this coming December. The Jerusalem Film Festival opened today. This is the 35th year of the celebration of cinema in the capital, featuring screenings of 180 films from 60 countries around the world. The festival runs for the next 11 days. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Thursday, July the 26th. At 7 o'clock, it's Talmud Study. At 8 o'clock, a look at the Jews of New York. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with the stars of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which was just nominated for 14 Emmy Awards. Then at 10, Israeli author Yossi Klein Halevi and TV journalist David Gregory discuss the Israeli-Palestinian conflict with Rabbi Angela Bushdahl from a Jewish Week UJA Federation of New York and Central Synagogue event. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 6:30, it's the Debka File. And that's the JBS News Update for Thursday, July the 26th, 2018. I'm Teisha Bader.